Hey guys, I'm super excited to show you my friend Amy Voloshin's studios. She is a local designer in Philly who she went from being a textile designer to launching her own line, and she's amazing, her line is amazing, the whole thing is gorgeous and inspiring, and I am so excited to show you, so come on. All right, so tell us about this fabric wonderland that you have going on here.
So this collection is something that I've been collecting for pretty much the last 11 years, and then even things before that. So I've always loved vintage textiles and pattern and silhouette. So we've been collecting for a long time, and we actually also use this archive to sell to fashion designers in New York and LA and as far as the UK.
Holy cow. All right. So this is all vintage fabric right here.
Yeah, so things ranging from like really early 1800s in France. And
can you show us a couple favorites?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so I can show you some of my daughter's favorites.
Yeah.
She always goes running to the shiny section, which is back here.
Of course. Oh my gosh.
She always loves these, which is really funny because she's a total like tomboy. She's always wearing really comfortable clothes and like just leggings and cool t-shirts.
Right.
But then of course like she loves
these would be Pax's favorite too. I'm pretty sure he would wear something.
I mean it's
pants
really
made out
cool.
of that.
It
Yeah,
almost
cool.
looks like it's like some sort of like cool space suit or like some sort of crazy superhero outfit.
Oh my gosh, look at that little
I
thing.
know. So there's a lot of really fun sparkly things in here.
Do you ever like get dressed up in these things to go out just because you can?
Yeah, usually that's what I do. Whenever I need to go to a wedding or something, I'm always like, oh, I should get something new. And I'm like, why would I ever get anything new? I have like
This warehouse
everything
of
you
amazingness.
could possibly imagine. So it's really fun for weddings to wear something unusual. I'm always like, oh, are people going to think it's weird? And then I always get so many compliments. So yeah, it's fun to come down and kind of figure out something special that you just want to find in like today's clothing.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is like the ultimate closet of dress up, you know?
Exactly, and everything's super organized, so you'll see that things are arranged by brocades and jacquards, and then over here we'll have things that are Edwardian laces, and eyelets are over here.
Girl, this is so fun. So you start with vintage fabrics, and then you find something that strikes you as being part of the larger collection.
Yeah, and I've always just been really drawn to things from the past. Like ever since I was a little kid, I'd always be collecting little fabrics and antique things as inspiration. So it kind of makes sense to me because it's just always been a bit of my process to kind of surround myself by things from the past and just kind of getting inspiration from there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so basically when I first come up with a concept, I like to think about a place because I feel like I'm always inspired by travel.
Yeah.
So then with this collection that I'm currently working on designing, it's kind of the very beginning of it. So I was watching this TV show on PBS, and it's The Girls in Corfu, and it's so cute. I love the show, so I was really inspired by this idea of Greece.
Yes.
So then kind of looking at the clothing of like the 1930s and like these men's shirts that I love that just have this like super casual pop-over sort of feeling. And then I gather a lot of images. I kind of looked at like modern day things from the past, textiles from the 1930s.
Gosh, it's those textiles.
I always love anything from the 1930s. And then kind of like pulling all the things that have some sort of commonality, like whether it's stripes or these ideas of these really relaxed shirts, and then ideas for dresses that have volume or like a sense of drape and femininity.
Yeah.
And then I'll start to grab like all the fabrics that I like, kind of thinking about cottons or different gauze fabrics that have a lot of nice simple texture that can be like really easily worn and washed. And that's like when I'll kind of just start to be like, okay, like where are the ideas coming from? What's like the print direction? You know, what colors do I want to use? And so then I'll put that all together and just kind of figure out where to start.
In terms of like scope, at one point or another over the course of many years, you have made these.
Yeah,
which is kind of incredible.
So we have a design team, and they draw and paint and create all of these patterns. So what you're seeing here is kind of a collection of some of the ones that have been archived from past seasons, and it's all categorized by conversational patterns, which are ones that are like hearts and coffee cups and things like that. Florals, ikat designs, a really wide variety. And we do a lot of hand block printing, so that's working with these really cool blocks.
Oh gosh, that's how they make this?
Yeah, so everything is carved like into a block of wood. and
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And yeah, so then they're dipping them in pigment and then onto the fabric. So it gives a lot of like inconsistencies, which I find to be really beautiful.
Right. And this would also take a lot of time, I imagine.
It's very time consuming, yes.
Okay. Wow. All right, Amy, give us the whole rundown. Give us the family life and the ages of kids and all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, so I have 2 children, Mila, who is 4, and Nico, who is 6.
Oh my gosh.
And they're really cute. People always ask if they're twins, but they're not.
Right.
They have blonde curly hair. Yeah.
So you're busy.
Very busy.
So how do you balance this, which seems like a huge undertaking, and you work with your husband as well, right?
I do.
With having, the kiddos at home and they're so little.
Yeah, so it's hard balancing everything. I think that there isn't really a balance ever,
Right,
but
right.
I think that
The best
maybe
possible answer.
yeah, I just don't think that there is any way to have balance, but I try to really focus on what's important to me and have different priorities for different things. And so I'll spend a bunch of time with my kids in the morning and make sure that we get quality time, and then I'll always try new hairstyles on my daughter because she loves different sorts of braids. I've learned how to do so many different hairstyles.
There should be some tutorials.
Yeah, so I try to spend quality time with them in the morning, then they go off to school and hang out with their friends during the day, and then I really try to work hard and really focused when I'm here so that I can try to get everything done, spend different time with the teams, and really try to get everyone set up to work independently and be successful.
What are you hoping to do with Velotion? Like 10, 15 years from now, what does success look like to you?
It's so hard to say because we're such a new brand.
Yeah.
And I think that
even 2 years from now, what does success look like to you?
Yeah. So I think every month we kind of get a better sense of where it's going.
Sure.
So our goal for this year is really to grow to be in 75 stores nationwide, and just kind of see where it takes us. I would love to develop relationships with bigger department stores. Maybe brands like Anthropologie.
Yeah.
Doing exclusive lines with them would be a total dream. Or maybe working with a Barney's and doing a collaboration. So I think those would be
those are exciting
total
things.
Dreams.
Yeah, those are exciting things for sure. Do you have any advice for moms or anyone out there who is dreaming of starting their own business?
Yeah, I think just diving in and starting is probably the hardest part and the thing that just has to get done. So I think just experimenting, starting with something entrepreneurial, and just seeing where it takes you, I think is the best thing to do.
That's true, because sometimes even if you have a dream and you start, there's so many. I mean, just from my own little example, it seems like there's always pivoting that happens as you learn
and you can't
grow
anticipate those things. I think I'm such a planner. I love planning everything out. I have my to-do lists, my priorities, all these different systems in place, but you just have to do something you're passionate about, and the rest will kind of sort itself out. So you can plan a little bit, but you don't need to write a business plan to start.
I love that.
You just need to get going.
Yes, that's great advice. Thank you. You ready?